What is something you enjoyed as a kid, but hate as an adult? Receiving a letter. Now it's just bill taxes trash. Receiving mail as a child was exciting. On the contrary, today I spent an hour going through a stack of mail that I let pile up, and shredding about 98% of it. Actually, I now look forward to getting my mail again. The secret is having it delivered by our 3.5-year-old granddaughter. She loves delivering mail. Mostly it's stuff like Costco flyers, but she literally skips down the path to my office with the mail held high. She peeks through the door and says, "Mail," and then giggles. Unfortunately, I may have to report her to the USPS Inspector General because sometimes she delivers it to our cat Daisy, who mostly just sleeps on the chair on my office deck. Write a letter and address it to Daisy and then put it in your mailbox. I bet you she'll go nuts. I'm gonna do it. Maybe throw some catnip in there for extra kitty purrs. Thanks for the idea. Please report back on the reaction whenever that is. I'll go for pics, assuming mom and grandma give me the okay to post them. Remember, guys, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Jumping down 3 to 4 steps at a time. My knees won't put up with that nonsense now. Holy shit, I used to jump entire flights of stairs for shits and giggles in high school. Do it again. Recapture old glory. More like rupture old glory. Thinking about the future. When I was a kid, I imagined in the future, I'd be rich and do crazy science stuff like turning the sky green. I thought I'd have a cool job and sports cars and a mansion in Beverly Hills, thanks Weezer. Now when I think about the future, I wonder what the hell to do if I lose my job, about my parents getting old, and to a lesser degree, will I have enough saved to live off in retirement? There's a quote by Marina Keegan that just breaks my heart. Miss dreaming forwards, Anna said. What? I dream backwards now. You won't believe how backwards you'll dream someday. Never understood what she meant when I was a kid. Now that I understand, I wish I didn't. Sometime during college I stopped making new friends. Now all of my friends are the ones from high school I can reminisce with. Hang on to them tight, my dude. My 2 best friends by far, had something go down between them. Now they haven't seen each other in years. Hurts, man. Getting older. I'm getting too old for this shit. Diplomatic immunity. It's just been revoked. Staying up all night. As a kid, it was a badge of honor staying up all night long. Going to bed after the sunrise now means that I've worked too much. Sleeping really late as well. As an adult, sleeping late makes me feel like I've wasted a whole day off. Good old times, where you slept from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. Being in bed at 7 p.m. as a kid, sunlight still shining through the curtains, and reading a book till 9 or 10 p.m. Now I've lost all the time for books, and I've certainly no desire to be in bed at 7. I remember going to bed at 8:30 every night when I was probably 10-ish and reading my Harry Potter books until I was tired. Eventually I got an iPod and watched Minecraft Let's Plays until I was tired. Now I'm a college student and I miss that simplicity. But there's good things ahead of me too. Having no job. I still like having no job. What I don't like is having no money. At the end of the day, all I want to do is sleep, eat, maybe read a nice book. I have never wanted to be super rich or successful or anything. I don't even want kids. Are you me? This is what I want. Going to the mall. I used to like browsing stores, but now I just want to get what I need and go. Part of it is the mall's fault for me. When I was younger, the mall was a bit more varied. You had your toy store, your game store, your arcade, Sharper Image, Discovery Store, candy store, etc. Now I go to the mall and it's the food court and endless apparel stores. All the more interesting stores have been pushed out of business. Right. I remember when you had interesting kiosks with diverse random merchandise. Now it is just a couple of custom t-shirt makers and 20 kiosks selling Chinese knockoff consoles. Used to have stores that were fun to browse and see what new things they came up with, like the Science Shop, Discovery Store, even Brookstone back when they had cool gadgets. Now it is just food, clothes, GameStop, and Spencer's. Right. I remember when you had interesting kiosks with diverse random merchandise. Now it is just a couple of custom t-shirt makers and 20 kiosks selling Chinese knockoff consoles. Don't forget the Chinese knockoff phone cases, the Chinese knockoff headsets and smartwatches, and such. I miss things like the Discovery Store, the Nature Store, KB Toys. I am not old. I am not old, the random independent PC gaming store we had at ours, Duck. I am old, Barnes & Noble and Borders, we had both in one mall, and such. Borders was great. I'd walk in and the store is bustling with people, the smell of freshly ground coffee hung in the air. The allure of finding a cool book to read, or maybe even just a big book with endless beautiful pictures to look at. Duck, buying books on Amazon feels like exactly none of that. Spinning in a circle until I'm so dizzy I fall down. Super fun as a child. Great way to feel terrible and possibly get a concussion now. Christmas. As a kid it was time off school, presents, and seeing my family. As an adult I'm lucky if I get both days off. I stress about finding the right gift for everyone, and I have to see my family. My family will draw names after Thanksgiving dinner so you only have to buy a gift for one person. This is what we do. It's made things exceptionally easier. Moving house. I loved packing, choosing a new room, exploring a new neighborhood. I'd moved 20 times by the time I turned 18. I'm moving out of my first flat now, and it is the worst. Mum never warned me about the billion calls and contracts and credit scores and references and moving companies and just the general stress of moving out. I hate it. It's the worst. 20 times. Why? Mum had to move a lot because of her job. Mix that in with the fact she gets antsy and wants to move every 6 months and the number just kept going up. I've stayed in my current flat for 2 years and that's the longest I've ever stayed in one place. Wow man. I've only moved 2 times in 36 years. Moving is hell to me. And so expensive. Yeah, kid me liked it but adult me definitely agrees it is shite. Especially in the middle of lockdown. Being outside when it's cold. When I was little, I could play outside in the snow for hours and not even be the faintest bit of cold. Now I can't even stand being outside during winter for a few minutes. Young children have a high percent of brown fat which burns hyper quickly, allowing the body to warm itself extremely efficiently in response to cold, more similar to wild animals. Adults have very little brown fat. Homo sapien adults are geared for low amounts of slow-burning yellow fat for sustained energy. This gives babies, who would otherwise be very vulnerable in the winter, a tremendous survival leg up. Can you grow brown fat? I'm sick of my stupid slow-burning yellow fat. I'm Puerto Rican and chubby, I grow brown fat all the time. Certain 80s sitcoms. Tried watching the original Full House again and just couldn't get past 10 minutes of it. Talking about politics. It used to make me feel smart and grown up. Now I just get angry and exhausted. Duck yes. It is almost always a shitfest and you just can't make a sensible conclusion. There is a reason that people are not in one political boat after all. My birthday. It's not that I hate it, it's just that I don't care about it anymore. Same. I also don't care about getting presents. I only do something for myself because my kids get mortified at the thought of me not doing something. Most of the movies I liked when I was a kid don't hold up as an adult. I've stopped revisiting them so I don't spoil the good memories. Blank check just made me angry as an adult. That kid was an entitled prick. Also, that mansion costing $300,000 is depressing now. That was never realistic. How did you spend $1 million in a week? Even as a kid I thought that was dumb question. Still loved it though. Staying home on a sick day. As a kid it was a huge victory, got to stay in bed all day, watch TV, and having a parent tend to your every need. Then as an adult you're just thinking about the work you're gonna have to make up for and how you hope you don't need to go to a doctor.